In the name of God, most gracious, most merciful, ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of myself and the remainder of the Board of Directors, I would like to thank everyone for attending this meeting. We are very happy to meet with you once again in the annual general meeting of the company, and we will review the financial records for the fiscal year ending 31st of December 2024, where we will, our dear ladies and gentlemen, dear shareholders, ladies and gentlemen, the shareholders, the percentage of attendance of shareholders is 77.5%, and thus we have quorum to hold this AGM. We will now read the agenda for the Ordinary General Assembly meeting for the fiscal year ending 31st of December 2024. The first item is the review and ratify the Board of Directors report for the financial year 31st of December 24. The Board of Directors report is available in the annual report, and if anyone has any questions, we open the floor. If anyone, is there any objection? No, we approve. There will, every item on our agenda will take 10 seconds. We will open 10 seconds the opportunity to vote. The second item, review and ratify the auditor's report for the financial year ending 31st of December 2024. If there are any comments, they can be directed to Mr. Naif Al-Bazea, who issued the auditor's report. It's a standard report. Item 3, review and ratify the corporate governance report and audit committee report for the financial year ended 31st of December 2024. The report is also available on the website of the report. If there are any queries or objections, we will also move to item 4, the review and ratify the financial statements for the fiscal year. And Mr. Mustafa Shami, the Deputy Director for Finance, is here. If there's any questions or any queries with that, we agree. It is passed, it is ratified. We move to item 5, review of the regulatory authorities report on violations observed and subsequent penalties, if any, for the financial year ending 31st of December 2024. There were no violations observed, and there are no subsequent penalties. We will move to item 6, review the Board of Directors' recommendation not to distribute. The only note that was meant was the Ministry of Commerce recommendation to hold the meeting earlier. Item 6, review the Board of Directors' recommendation not to distribute dividends to shareholders for the financial year ending 31st of December 2024. We will not distribute any dividends, even though this is very hard. This decision was taken in order to strengthen the position of the company, and also it is for the benefit of the company and the shareholders in the future. Do you agree? Item 7, review the non-payment of the Board of Directors remuneration for the financial year ending 31st of December 2024. I think this is in coordination with item 6. I don't think that there will be any objection. If everyone agrees, we will move to item 8, approval of the Board of Directors recommendation to allocate 10% of the company's net profit of the year ending in 31st December 2024. It's in the value of 1,565,000 to the statutory reserve account. This is a allocation that is made as per the articles of association of the company. There's no disagreement. We will do that. We ratify that. Approval of the related party transaction report for the year ending 31st of December 2024, and authorizing the board of directors to conduct related party transactions during the fiscal year 2025 and until the date of the annual general assembly for the financial year ending in 31st of December 2025. This report is available in the annual report. If there is no objection, we will ratify and approve. Moving to item 10, approval to authorize the board of directors to issue bonds and or sukuk directly or indirectly in any form, nature, or means, denominated in Kuwaiti dinars or in any other currency it deems appropriate within the limits outlined by law, and authorizing the board of directors without limit or restriction to determine the sum of these bonds and or sukuk, their type, their tenure, their par value, their coupon and or profit rate, maturity rate, and all other terms and conditions with Law Number 7 for the year 2010 and its executive bylaws and other amendments after obtaining approval from relevant regulatory authorities. Do we agree? The board is so authorized and approved. Moving to Article 11, authorize the board of directors to buy and sell or deal with no more than 10% of the company's shares according to articles of Law Number 7 in the year 2010 and executive bylaws and amendments. Is it approved? The board is so authorized. Article 12. Discuss the allocation of 1% of the net profit for the fiscal year ending 31st of December 2024 for donation to charitable organizations through the Mashari' al-Khair charity entity. Approved. As you know, Mashari' al-Khair charity organization is a societal organization that supports education, the needy, medical services, and other charitable articles. Article 13. Discuss the discharge of the board of directors from any liability, financial, legal, or administrative during the fiscal year 31st December 2024. Is there approval? Approved. Article 14, appointment of the company's external auditor for the fiscal year ending 31st/12/2025 for those registered in the Capital Markets Authority register, taking into consideration the period of mandatory change of auditors and authorizing the board of directors to determine the fees. So the report for the auditing company has already been approved by the board of directors, and they have chosen RSM as members, and they have found them. And here they're represented by Dr. Shaib Muhammad Shaib, and we hope for him all success in his role as external auditor. And thus we end the works of the for the ordinary annual general assembly meeting for the fiscal year ending 31st of December 2024. We thank you very much for your attendance and your active participation, and we hope that the future remains open. And we will now turn the mic to Sheikh Hadana to clarify the activities for the past year. In the name of God, most gracious, most merciful. Ladies and gentlemen, dear shareholders, may God's peace be upon you. We welcome you to the annual General Assembly of the Kuwait Investment Projects Company, where we give a review of what has happened over the past year and our outlook for the next year. As you know, we began in 2022 a complete review of our portfolio, and we have placed a strategy based on the facilitation of our services and managing our financials proactively, placing at our eyes the diversification of our portfolio for the benefit of our shareholders. We would also like to strengthen the total shareholders' value by making sure that we overcome the international challenges that we face. And we are working by making sure that this environment does not affect our projects. And I would like to thank the chairman and the board members to their ability to deal with the activities that we are facing, where we have come to the decision to not distribute dividends in order to maintain shareholders' rights. And what this is actually what we have done, which means we will return to distribution of dividends close, where we are continue on our path in order to reach our goals. And we thank you very much for your trust in the KIPCO group of companies. We will now begin with our visual presentation. Our strategic priorities. Our strategic journey since 2022 is based on 3 different phases. The first one was based on the assessment. As you remember, we have appointed or engaged with international consulting firms to evaluate our business model and evaluate our activities. And the result was a number of recommendations that allowed us to identify inefficiencies and opportunities. And based on that, we began to reform. We have been able to identify certain positive strengths. And during the past 2 years, we have worked on further strengthening our structure by enhanced competencies through consolidations, divestments, and reorganization, and acquiring talent to empower leadership and improve our capital structure, and you will witness the results yourself. But during all these phases, we have been made sure that growth continues, where our portfolio of companies have all been successful, and we will continue along this path. We will also speak about the global and regional economic challenges. Right now, we have the new trade war that has just been launched that have caused oil price variability, inflation, and elevated debt levels, and have threatened supply chain stability. As you know, we are waiting where we are going to have a trade war or not. There is a challenge in this phase, especially following the pandemic, and now we remain at the helm, taking into account the importance of the shareholders' rights and their maintenance. And as we know, the MENA region is a region of rising potential and boundless opportunities, where there is a lot of value yet to be uncovered. And through our network of banking services and holdings, we start with Burgan Bank and its activities to the Jordan, to Kuwait Bank and the Bank of Baghdad, our activities in Turkey, and through digital banking that is now turned from a loss to profit, and through banking in Cyprus and Tunisia and Algeria. This is a large network of investments in the banking sector that have a positive outlook to the future. With regards the geographic expansion of the KIPCO group, as you know, we have a heavy presence in the Middle East, where 65% of our assets are in the region, 25% are in the rest of the Middle East, North Africa, and Asia. And as you can see, we have approximately 1.5 billion US dollars. We were able to we have been able to repay. This is part of our conceited efforts to address our responsibilities, and we are ready for the next year. And we will discuss now the performance of KIPCO during 2024. Our strategy has led to strengthening of KIPCO's financial performance, where our total revenue has grown. It was in 2021 over 700 million, and now it has reached almost 1.5 billion KD. Our net profit, if we look, I would just like to mention 2023, we have a one-off profit from discounted operations related to the sale of the Gulf Insurance Group, and then we move to total assets, where they have grown in 2021 from 10.2 KD in billion to 13 billion KD in 2024. Shareholder equity has also grown from 325 billion Kuwaiti dinars in 2021 to 634 million KD in 2024. I would like to mention also in 2021 that our capital, the shareholders' equity was 325 million. Now they have grown to 633.9 million KD, and this is reflected in our book value for the share in Kuwaiti dinar fils. It has grown from 134 fils in 2021 to 139 fils in 2024. So with God's help, we are moving well. So with the 2024 performance highlights from all the companies have been profitable. So you have seen net income grow at Bergam Bank by 6.6%. Sadafco 16.5%, KIPCO Invest 482%, the Jordan Kuwait Bank is 98% growth in net profit. Napesco 56.2%, JTC Logistics 3.8%, the Advanced Technology Company 6.3% growth in revenue. The United Education Company has had an increase of 15,000 students, and the subscriber base for OSM Plus in the past 3 years has grown for over 117%. There are two major activities that we were part of this year. The first is the acquisition of Bergam Bank of the United Gulf Bank. This is very important, and it was very important in streamlining our business, where the Bergam Bank was able to acquire 100% stake of the United Gulf Bank from United Gulf Holding. What does that mean? It means that we've been able to access Islamic banking services, and we have been able to expand in other GCC to Bahrain, KSA, and UAE markets. And we have been successfully able to integrate the asset and wealth management services of KIPCO Invest and United Gulf Bank, which means that we are able to sell our services to a larger client base. So, which enables that our banking portfolio outside of Kuwait has been streamlined in order to find synergies with the services that we provide to our clients, with a plan that we hope that we continue to expand in Jordan, Turkey, and other European nations where we have a footprint. The most important other activity that we held this year was the ability to have a digital bank where OSN was able to merge with the Anghami platform, and the OSN Plus clients are able to access the full portfolio of Anghami, a portfolio which made it possible that the Warner Brothers Discovery to make a strategic investment of 30% in OSN streaming platform. And as you know, adding such a strategic investor with the knowledge and technological advance is where they will advance the leadership across the world through their double platforms, Discovery Plus and HBO Max, and help them to expand in the region through the Middle East and North Africa. And this step, I think, was a very positive step that will strengthen the position of our platform in the region. And our activities within the field of digital transformation is not only limited to OSN and OSN Plus and OSN streaming, but through the remainder of our activities, where we were able to launch the on-digital banking service with Bergen Bank Turkey, where they have within this year had 1 million subscribers during the third year. And the digital optimization propelled the bank to take a market share for vehicle loans approximately 7% among private banks. We look to the digital bank to be a very attractive investment. This is in addition to digital enhancements done to Bergen Bank and KIPCO Invest, where Bergen Bank had an agreement with TCS to upgrade core banking system, and KIPCO has also invested in an app that manages the client portals. And what will we do now to our next steps? Our focus to enhance shareholder wealth is leveraging some of our assets through a selective issue, and making sure that our investment in performance improvement, where we make sure that there's an above market average improvement in return on investment and return on equity, and stable and growing positive cash flows ensuring future sustainable dividend distributions and growth. Thank you very much for your attention.